What's going on, guys? On this episode of On the Set, I'm taking a look at Evil Dead Rise, the newest in the Evil Dead series. This one takes place in a California high-rise apartment building, so let's get into it. The film starts out with three friends enjoying a lakeside cabin. One of them becomes deathly ill, aka gets possessed, and scalps her friend, like she literally rips her hair off. Then, she kills her other friend using a drone, with a propeller blade right to the face. It's pretty brutal. We get opening credits and jump to one day earlier, where we're introduced to Ellie and her three kids who live in an apartment in LA. Ellie's sister Beth, a band follower and music enthusiast, does a road trip to come visit. And Ellie's been raising all three kids alone after their dad left. But she seems to be handling things pretty well. That is, until an earthquake happens and nearly destroys everything. I mean, it only shook the building a little bit, but it caused a hole to open up in the underground parking garage. Just as the kids are coming back from getting pizza, one of them decides to snoop and looks through the hole, finding an old vault that's been sealed away. As the two kids look around, they find a lot of old religious artifacts, including an old vinyl record and a book made of human skin. You know, no big deal. The son, Danny, takes the book and record to his room, where of course he listens to the vinyl, because why wouldn't you? Anyway, a priest on the record chants an incantation from the book, releasing a demon into the apartment that cuts off the power and attacks Ellie. When she returns to the apartment, she starts cooking an omelet, but just kind of starts throwing whole eggs in the pan, and it's really weird. Alright, so what we can take away from this is she wouldn't stand a chance on Gordon Ramsay's show. And clearly, she's fucked up. So then, she starts puking everywhere and passes out. A bit later on, Ellie is assumed dead, and the neighbors get brought in to help. But as to be expected, Ellie then springs to life and attacks everyone. She stabs Beth in the hand with a kitchen knife, and she uses a tattoo gun on her daughter Bridget's face, making a huge gash. Then she chases the neighbors out to the hallway, where she massacres them too. There's a pretty creepy scene where she rips one of the guy's eyes out and throws it at the other guy, and he chokes to death on the other guy's eyeball. Like, what the fuck? But luckily, Beth quickly locks the door, trapping Ellie out in the hallway. Then, just when you think things are over, Bridget starts oozing black goop out of her wound and becomes possessed as well, attacking Beth with a cheese grater. Just the thought of somebody grabbing a cheese grater and, rubbing it against my leg, yeah, no. As they're fighting, Danny intervenes and rams a stick through Bridget's head, causing her to collapse. Then, they tie her to the bed. All the while, the youngest daughter, Cassie, has just been hiding out. Pretty smart move, kid. Even though, personally, I would have just left. Then, Danny tells Beth about the book, and she listens to the vinyl, hoping to find a way to rid them of the demon. Yeah, if only it were that easy, but it never is. Bridget gets free and attacks Danny, stabbing him in the chest just as he sets her on fire. Like I said, it gets pretty brutal. As Beth is listening to the vinyl, Ellie appears behind her, having used the air ducts to get back into the apartment. Beth takes scissors and rams them up Ellie's nose, and takes Cassie out into the hallway to escape. They manage to make it to the elevator, just as Ellie and all the other corpses merge into a giant spider creature. It was very reminiscent of The Thing. On the way down, the elevator starts filling with blood and falls, crashing to the garage below, allowing the spider demon to kidnap Cassie. Beth manages to rescue her using a chainsaw to force the demon into a wood chipper that tears it apart. But finally, Beth and Cassie get the hell out of there. After all that, we get a mid-credit scene of Jessica, the girl from the beginning, who apparently also lives in their apartment building. As she's leaving to go on vacation, she comes across the carnage from the wood chipper and ends up getting possessed herself, right before going to the cabin. The end. You know what? It was pretty good. I loved the pacing of the film, and the story was great too, with Beth reuniting with her sister and all. Well, I mean, aside from the part where the asshole kid unleashed a demon on his family, that part was not so chill. But anyway, even though we didn't see Bruce Campbell back as Ash, it was still a good one, and I recommend it. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.